Good afternoon. My name is Trinity, and today we will be practicing 2D vectors, the Pythagorean theorem, and SOHCAHTOA. So, first we need to know what a vector looks like. A vector is a line with an arrow at the end. What's the difference between 2D and 1D vectors? Well, 1D vectors go up and down or left and right. 2D vectors have a diagonal, so they look like that. How do you add vectors going in different directions? Well, for something looking like this, you would add. For something looking like this, you would also add. But this doesn't really look like this or this. So what do? Well, you do the Pythagorean theorem, which is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. For the Pythagorean theorem, you use something like this. But first, we're going to learn about SOHCAHTOA. So, one helpful way I've learned how to write SOHCAHTOA is like this. SOHCAHTOA. And this is going to help you remember how to solve for SOHCAHTOA. So this stands for sine, cos, and tan. Cosine, that is, cosine and tan. So here's the triangle we saw earlier. Now, how does a SOHCAHTOA apply to this? Well, first we're going to analyze it. Here we see a 90-degree angle. And for a 90-degree angle, you're going to have something right across from it. That is called your hypotenuse, and that is labeled with H. This triangle has an angle in it, and there's going to be something across from that called your opposite. Your opposite is opposite from your angle. Now this line right here, it's not opposite from anything. It's not the hypotenuse, so this is the adjacent. So how does SOHCAHTOA apply still? Well, let's replace the opposite, hypotenuse, and adjacent with numbers. So for this, the hypotenuse, we remember it's right here, the angle right here, and the adjacent. Now, what if we wanted to find the sine of this? Well, we know that from this, SOHCAHTOA, sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So for that, it would be 3 over 5 for the sine. For the cosine, it would be adjacent over hypotenuse, which would be 4 over 5 for cosine. And for tan, it would be opposite over adjacent, which would be 3 over 4. So that's how you find sine, cosine, and tan with SOHCAHTOA, and that's how you add 2D and 1D vectors, and that's how you use the Pythagorean theorem. Thank you and have a great day.